Many thanks for staying with us. We still continue on the big conversation here on the program where we look at the People's Democratic Party who are out to say that things are way better during a regime compared to what APC are currently ruling the country. It looks that they are making tough decisions and some of the economy policies are not in any way relatable to the reality on ground. Sometimes we may look at it as a political statement, but we'll try to see some of these issues tonight. Adan Lami Ismaila, PDP member and chieftain, joins us on the program. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Very quickly, before we get into the issues, let's to your party. It looks that the disciplinary committee are up and doing. They've gotten reports that Wike and some other governors worked against the party during the 2023 election. From what you're saying, do you feel that some persons will be found guilty in their offenses?
Well, thank you for having me once again. Let me appreciate you for
Thanks so much.
The invite, and then good evening to our viewers. Well, from the foregoing and what's happening in the PDP is something that is worth encouraging, and then is mind resting. You know, from the reports and the workings of the disciplinary committee, I think it goes without saying in the party constitution, everything is well spelled out there. If you do this, you have this. If you do this, you have this. So whatever thing that it is that will be the outcome of the disciplinary committee, I'm sure they will abide strictly by what is written in the constitution of the party.
Because the reason I'm asking that question, it looks that people are saying it seems Wike is bigger than the PDP, because from all indications, he has said and intimidated some of the governors who are supporting Fubara that I'll put fire in your state. That statement looks that PDP are not taking action. And Kwankwaso recently have reacted that PDP is a dead party. It looks that PDP is weak. Are you afraid that this may affect your party with all indications?
Well, when you say that PDP is a weak party, or a particular person or a particular individual is wielding his powers over the party, well, that is relative. Why did I say it's relative? PDP is a peace-loving party. And we cannot negate the fact that we love everyone to be in the home or in the house. So for the fact that some members erred does not mean that we should just carry the bathing water and the baby and throw them away. We should find a way of resolving the matter. An in-house mechanism that is already been established, that has been resolving issues that were worse than this, you know, I'm sure such mechanism will as well be upheld, and it will take its place, and these things will be dealt with accordingly. And at the end of the day, let me tell you what, PDP will return and become as strong as it used to be.
Lord, I mean, that's the party affair, so we wish PDP will be out of some of these issues. But let's now get into the issues of governance in the country. Because away from the fact that there are all indications to start mobilizing ahead 2027, Nigerians are saying lives matters right now. We can only talk of 2027 when we have gotten it right. So from what your party are saying, it looks that the governments are in any way operating. There are some of the policies of government of President Bola Tinubu is not relatable to the people. It's not relatable to good tenets of governance. It's not relatable to the fact that democracy is about giving back to the people. What do you make out of the concern that APC will tell you that we're trying to solve the problem of PDP, that under PDP, they destroyed the economy, under subsidy, they did a lot of issues that we're trying to make some of these repairment and fixing it. Should we rather say that PDP should take the blame of what APC are currently managing now?
You know, in answering this question, I'll be very, very honest with you. You know, governance is a continuum, right?
Yes.
If you say that PDP mismanaged the system or mismanaged the governance or government, you know, APC have been in power for 8 years, this 9 years and some months now, right? We should be able to see some kind of signs or signals of things becoming better, if at all PDP were wrong at first instance. But let me tell you what is government? In the first instance, government is to solve people's problem, safeguarding lives and the property of people. But I can assure you, the opposite is what's going on now. You know, go to the street. I was just coming from here, to this place. Go to the motor parks, See how people are jam-packed. Do you know how much it costs for a taxi, not even what do you call it, a higher taxi, for you to be joined like 5 or 6 or 8 in a tiny Nissan car from Nitel Junction or Banex to Gudu is 700 naira. Who does that? I mean, where is the empathy? Where is the governance? Governance is to make things easy. It's not to make things difficult. Nigerians are going through an untold hardship that they never thought it would be. During PDP, we're not saying that PDP got everything right. No. Government, you will have areas that you are falling short and areas that you are doing well. But come to think of what's happening now, I bet you, if you mention one, I'll be happy. Everywhere, people are crying. It ought not to be so. We have leaders. We have people in governance. Let us check our conscience.
Because the president will tell you that these are the policies and reformations we are taking so as to get things better. I have to remove subsidy because I understand the evil that is associated with subsidy. I had to take off some of these tough decisions, understanding the fact that things will get better. Are you not seeing that it's a rare and a hard decision that PDP never took, that APC are taking or Tinubu is taking just to get Nigeria to where? Are you not seeing where the president is taking Nigerians to? From all indications, away from the fact that you are criticizing as an opposition.
See, Mr. Edika, if APC is doing something that is worth emulating or worth praising, I assure you I will. The signing into law, the local government autonomy is a wonderful thing, because development is not from top bottom, it's bottom top. Do you understand? But when it comes to this issue of subsidy removal, the president is the minister of petroleum.
But your party candidate, Atiku Abubakar, had said, I will also remove subsidy.
I know he said that almost all the candidates in 2023 elections, they said they will remove subsidy. But the nature of removing subsidy differs. You don't just assume and no. When I want to give a child something and he's refusing, I will give him something in replacement to what he has. You are removing subsidy. What are the cushioning arrangement that you've made? It's not giving people rice, giving people money. Do something that is workable. People will rely on for a period of time. If you give me 70, even if you give me 1 million today, by next year you might not find it with me. If you give me 10 bags, a bag of rice, in next 6 months, it's gone.
Is it the failure of government for you to mismanage what you have? What is the issue?
The point is this: don't give me rice. Don't give me money. Create an enabling environment, because you know that I am going to take this hard decision that is going to tell on the people. So guys, come, let's sit down on a round table. After removing the subsidy, what is it that is going to cushion and make my people going? That is what they should think about. Not removing subsidy and then leaving Nigerians to fate. I mean, if you know what's happening on the streets, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. I'm talking from, sometimes I deliberately join taxi so that I will understand what's going on. The narrative on the street is not nice. If somebody is deceiving the president that all is well, maybe they will go and snap a picture or a video of some people having party or a wedding. Your Excellency, this is what's happening in Nigeria. Everybody's happy. I tell you, they are deceiving him. They should tell him the truth. And I think it is time for people to tell power the truth. We should be able to face and confront power and tell power, this is right, this is right, this is wrong. And this way you're going might not lead us to where we intend to go to.
From all indications about people having the right to speak, because I just wanted to react. NLC president earlier today was picked up at the airport on his way out of the country. And now it looks that some persons were taken behind doors or in the name of committing treason. And APC and federal government will tell you that some people are trying to come through the back door to get to the government house, to get to Aso Rock. So like people had sponsored the End Bad Governance protests. People are sponsoring some of these agitation. People are sponsoring people from, criticizing the government of the day, blackmailing the government of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and having some of these issues raised by among Nigerians that are not in any way supposed to be. From all indications, you feel that it is about the issue of hunger, but not issues about governance, not issue about taking over the government of the president, because that's what the federal government are believing, that some of these sponsors, that are some sponsors behind some of this action.
Well, the government knows exactly what to do. And the government also has her people that are checking her informants. Do you understand? If Ajero, the NLC president, was picked up today based on some information that was gathered about him, let the necessary things be done. And if he's not found wanting, let him be released. And except if there is something that is fishy. And I know government can be funny sometimes, because they realize that once we allow these people by what they are doing and where they are headed, if we leave them, they will scuttle our government or expose us or do something that may impact our government negatively. Then you find that they start witch hunting people. But if they found out that there's something that that there are questions that he needs to answer, fine, I'll let him go and answer. But if there's none, take for instance like what you're talking about, End Bad Governance protests, and the protesters that were arrested, and the people that were acclaimed that they were the sponsors. If government has genuine report, why not? But if they don't have, and they are just busy trying to scare people from going about their lawful rights, because it is your right to protest. It's written in the Constitution. So if you get there and you are making things difficult for people, pushing people to the wall not to express themselves, I think that is very, very unfair.
A consideration of the fact that we're looking at how government can actually get it right and getting some of these issues raised, because it looks very clearly that APC and the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu are saying that we are trying to get Nigerians where many Nigerians are not understanding, they are not seeing with us, but we understand clearly where they are taking us to. So I'm asking again, if just as I asked Balaji on the program, does it look clearly that government are disconnected from what is on ground? Government are disconnected with the people, because the people are saying we ought to know where you're taking us to. You can't tell us to continue to exercise patience. You can't tell us to continue to adjust when you are not in any way making some example of the good times of this country. From what you are assessing, does it look that there is a disconnection between the people and the government?
There is a huge disconnect from my perspective. There is a very, very huge disconnect, because we know where we were and we know where we are. And the truth of the matter is, Nigerians don't even know where they're going. If we know where we are going, there won't be this complaint at the moment. Because if you are headed to Abuja, Kaduna, and then you realize that your driver is headed towards Kaduna, you'll not be worried. You'll not come and you'll not be carrying placard that, hey driver, where are you taking us? But if you realize that on your way to Kaduna, the driver now starts going to Enugu, you start raising alarm. Exactly, that's what's happening. So there's a huge disconnect between the citizenry and the government. And I think the government are not telling herself the truth. And people are not even telling government the truth. That's what I can tell you.
Why do you make out and compare some of these ministerial appointments? Because you understand that the president probably may not be able to do all of these jobs alone. He appointed people. As some said, it was so good that he had to appoint someone from your party into his cabinet. All of these were selections of people who the president believes they have the capacity to drive the renewed hope agenda. From all indications, do you feel that the ministers have done their best in terms of delivering on the mandates what the president had given to them?
Well, you said he
came to PDP and also
came to PDP
because the minister of FCT says I'm a member of the Democratic Party. Will you reject him?
On a very lighter note, maybe he paid off the minister based on what he did for him. Because all of us were in Nigeria, we knew what transpired during the elections. So that's by the way.
But he's a member of your party.
Of course, he's a member of the PDP. Until when the disciplinary committee decides otherwise, he is our member. We love him. We cannot do it. It's his right to be part of a member of the party.
He's right to work for another party and also be a member of the party.
What I'm trying to tell you now is there is a committee of which you know, a disciplinary committee that is working. When they come out with their findings, everybody knew and everybody knows.
It's not about internal issues.
Everybody knows what he has done. Do you understand? So let's just leave that one. For Mr. President,
he hired him to do the job.
To bring him into his cabinet, that is his own issue. I don't want to.
But he's doing well.
I don't want to join issues with them. As far as let me be frank with you. When it comes to delivering the goods of the office, His Excellency, the Minister Nyesom Wike, he has done well. I cannot dispute that. But when it comes to internal affairs, he's pulling a building that he's inside. At the end of the day, all of us that are inside plus him will perish. But we don't pray for that.
All right. So, judging what the some of these ministerial appointments, how do you begin to place them? Do you feel that the president hired some incompetent hands to do the job? Because it looks that some of these issues we are having is that the ministers, what Nigerians are saying, that they can't understand the economic reality of ground. That the president hired people who are brought people that understood the economy of Lagos to the economy of Nigeria, that the economy of Nigeria is clearly different from the economy of Lagos. Because what they had to present to Nigerians was, we did this in Lagos, we are replicating the same in Nigeria. From all indications, do you feel that it's not working in the country?
Well, that was my argument initially. Lagos is not Nigeria. Lagos is not, Rivers is not Nigeria. Adamawa is not Nigeria. Anambra, that's where Obi came from, right? It's not Nigeria.
So we can't judge anybody.
Kano is not Nigeria. So if you come as a president and you hired people around you that you worked with in a state, despite the fact that you are able to bring the state to a certain level, when you come to national politics and nation building like in Nigeria, is a complete different ballgame. I can tell you, sir, that what we are experiencing now is a sorry state. Look at, we have Minister of Defense, the Minister of State, and the Substantive Minister of Defense. All of them are from the north. In fact, they are from the northwest, where kidnapping, banditry, etc. is going on daily basis. And these ministers are from the north. And, you know, I hate this sentiment, this comment that, okay, the president should have. If the people that are appointed as head of such ministries cannot, and they were governors themselves, I mean, it's a pity state, meaning they don't have what it takes to curb those issues that we have. Go to other ministries. We had a minister of humanitarian. I mean, look at what happened. It's a sorry state for us. I'm telling you.
So do we blame the issues of insecurity to the ministers? Do you feel that it's behind them or it's under their covers to be able to, dispense, security to these areas?
As a minister of defense, but the Minister of State and the Substantive Minister of State, is it not just common sense that you call all the governors of the north, sit them down? What is this matter? I was a governor before, and this was what I did, and it worked a little. Can we rejig some things? Call the northern governors. Do you understand? I mean, but it's just like you are given an office, and the office is just in Abuja. Everything will happen and end in Abuja, and then we are seeing the
right.
Negative effect.
All right, very lastly, do you feel PDP would have done better compared to what we are having now?
Oh, sure. I assure you that PDP would have done better. Not because I am a member of the PDP, but we have experienced people. Let me just tell you what our 2023 candidate of PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, he was in the system. He understands Nigeria very, very well. So I think to simply answer this question, PDP would have done better, but we'll still have difficult things to actually combat with, because governance is never an easy ride.
Well, the challenge we're having, sometimes they will tell you the economic challenge is a global problem. So probably whosoever would have been the president of the country would have been confronted with some of these issues and challenges. But we do not have time to dissect some of these issues. Thanks so much, Danlami Ismaila, People's Democratic Party member. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Big Talk.
Thank you so much.
And that's where we wrap it up on the conversation, understanding the fact that there are all great concern about how the president can urgently address the concerns of Nigerians in respect to economic situation. Economic is biting hard, the hardship is real, and Nigerians are crying and making their voices very loud. President, you have to address these issues, fix the economy so as lives to get better. We voted you into office, so we are calling and demanding some of these issues that must be addressed by the administration. We want a better Nigeria, and that's the reason why we are also drumming this concern to the government. My name is Idika Michael, and that's the size of a Big Talk tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. See you tomorrow while we take another big conversation.